All right, we are live, and we've got about 5 minutes before this tournament is about to start. Quite excited for this. Actually, I missed it. I missed it yesterday. I wasn't able to stream, so I ended up doing a video that was kind of just like a recap of everything. But now we get to see it live, so I don't actually know what's going to happen, and that is going to be super exciting here. Now we're going to be looking at Devil's Stone versus Tears of Devil. It looks like it's going to start in just about 5 minutes time, and I think we can actually go and... When can we actually support? So I actually... I ended up voting for Percival, and he didn't win, unfortunately. But I want to go and... vote for somebody. So who are you guys going to pick? So for the very first semifinals match, this is going to be Devil's Stone versus Tears of Devil. And if you look at the power level... Devil's Stone actually pretty much has overwhelming support here, like 1,200 votes versus 408. And the thing is, because Tears of the Devil is kind of like an underdog, you can win more tickets if you vote for him. I think my money is gonna go on Devil's Stone. Like that's who I'm actually going to pick. But I think that ultimately, I think who's gonna win here. Let's find out. Who do you think is going to win the finals? Like who's gonna be going to the finals here, and who's actually gonna win? Me personally, I think I'm going to pick Hit Machine. That's gonna be my pick. He's currently the #1 player in the arena, and I'm gonna guess based on what I saw yesterday too. I think he's going to be the one to take home the trophy. But I'm going to vote for Devil's Stone here. I'm going to go with the majority, and I'm going to give him my support. And so I'm curious what you guys think, who you're going to vote for, but that is going to be my pick right now. And yeah, the match is about to start soon, just a couple minutes. I'm glad I was able to to make it here. So let's see. So we're about 3 minutes away, like assuming that they start right away. So they're currently preparing, and the way that they prepare here is that they're going to, I think the way they do it is they pick all three maps, not maps, like all three formations at once. And I think you get to see, I'm not sure if you get to see what the opponent shows in terms of their formation. I'm guessing that they probably should have something. I wish that there's a way for us to view more details, but you can see the previous matches, right? You can see like Dreams, Hit Machine, they both actually were pretty like overwhelmingly like, convincingly won their matches. Devil's Stone and Tears of Devil both had one loss and 1 loss and 2 wins. So it wasn't like strictly like dominating, but it's gonna be very interesting to see. So it's gonna be Tears of Devil and Devil's Stone. So both of these are like closer in power level, but I think Devil's Stone has an edge. Dreams and Hit Machine though, these two are going to be the ones to look out for. So like the right bracket really is the one that I think will have like some really crazy matches. Now, the thing that I didn't get to talk about yesterday, so there's 1 more minute remaining before the semifinal starts. One thing that I didn't actually talk about is hero selection. Hero selection here is actually going to be very important. So like if you think that your opponent's going to go for a spell heavy hero like Solmir or Rashka, then you might actually start with Yogg. So Yogg is a hero that can actually revert the spells. So any damaging spells just ends up turning into a healing spell instead, and so that's actually something that will that will make a big difference if that is their strategy. So like whether or not they pick their strongest team for the third battle, or if they come out strong, like there's all kinds of strategies that you're gonna have to figure out here. So I'm really interested to see what these two are going to set up and what they're going to do. And so we got 10 seconds remaining, and like anybody who's on the stream right now, like let's talk about what you are going to, who you're gonna pick. Well, the semifinal is now in progress, so let's go and take a look and see if we can watch the match. So semifinals, match 1, round 1. And when are they gonna start showing? So now in progress. I guess they're not gonna show us until. Are they not going to show us live? Like, are we going to have to watch this once it's complete? So preparation phase. So they still have Okay, so they still have 3 minutes to prepare at this point. So they got 3 minutes prep, so that's good. So we'll wait and see. Curious what they're going to do. So let's go and let me just get something else set up here while we're waiting. So you picked Devil's Stone, George Isaacson. That is also my pick for this match. And then I guess right after the semifinals on the left bracket, then it's going to be the right bracket, and after that they're also going to go immediately into the final. So by the end of today, we are indeed going to find a winner. And so let's just wait and see when that happens. So let's go ahead and just gonna do this. Give me a second, please. And all right. So let's see. It's too bad that we can't actually see their preparation. Like it's really too bad. Like I wish that we could actually see the preparation in progress. So you think that George Isaacson, you think that Devil's Stone is actually going to win the whole match? Like I think actually, Hit Machine is likely going to be the one to win the whole tournament. Just kind of based on sort of like the winning record so far. But I think that it's too early to tell, really. And I think that's the interesting thing. And so here's what we know, right? You only get six units to place on the board. But all of these people, all of these players, they all have the artifact that, you know, spawns the Azure Dragon and like the father of the dragon artifact, and they also have the one that actually gives you where is it? They actually the one that actually gives you the they went back to the bow. The one that spawns the skeletons. I forget the name of the artifact now, but those are the artifacts that they all have. You can see them having the cape there, and you know, here's the bullet screen. So let's give them some good luck. Good luck, everyone. So we'll go ahead and send a little note here. And to all of you guys who are on the stream here, just say hi to YouTube. We are going to be, the battle's about to begin in 3 seconds. So let's go. Hey, we got a fan voucher. Awesome. Now let's see the first match here. So their first lineup is going to be Catherine versus Solmir. All right. And so we've got, okay, so we got the Azure Dragon immediately on the right side here. In the back, we've got White. So the thing about White is that they're going to silence the people in their lane, but right now it's actually really, really close. And here comes the Azure Dragon for Devil's Stone. And so let's see. In terms of like unit-wise, so so Devil's Stone lost Angel early and also Devil, so that's going to be bad news for him. So it looks like the bottom lane here with the combination of Bone Dragon and also with Behemoth, I think it's going to be too difficult for them to pass through. Right now it's just going to be the Swordsmen or the Iron Crusaders. And that is going to be the first match to Tears of Devil, the first battle.
Follow me to victory.
That was actually a surprise, right? So I think the matchup here between Solmir and Catherine, Solmir actually won that matchup there. Now, if you take a look at the battle, the power level though, like this one actually wasn't all that different in terms of this particular makeup, and it was really close. Like the only unit that was alive at the end was actually Behemoth. And so let's see here. We get to select again. It looks like we get to select again, like who's going to win the second battle, right? Oh no, we don't get to do that. So we can watch the match here. So that was match 1, round 1, and that was very interesting. Okay, and I guess we're gonna have to wait for the second battle. They're uploading the scores, and now we're gonna watch the second. We're gonna watch the second battle now. Let's see how this goes. That was a very, very, very close first battle there, and now we've got Lord Heart versus Rashka, so all Infernals versus all the Necro units. And of course, we've got the Death Knights. All right, so this time around, it looks like the middle lane right here. If they break through the demons here, then they're gonna be heading straight toward the backline. But we're already losing Gawk, right? So the middle lane now is more open. You can see that the Devil's Stone's units are actually doing a little bit better. Although the bottom lane here is still proving to be a little bit of a problem. But as soon as they took out the Fire Lord and everything, that was basically game over. So as soon as you see Lord Heart here with the Black Knight that turns into Death Knight, it is so difficult to get through. Like, they were able to pass through the demons composition, like the defense in the middle. And so we're all tied up. And this one has a little bit bigger power difference. Now the question is, on the last battle, who they're going to pick. I'm guessing Devil's Stone is going to come back with Solmir in the third battle. And so we see that Tears of Devil already used Solmir, and the second battle was with Rashka. So then what's left as a hero that he could use to come back? If he expects that Devil's Stone is going to use Solmir in the third battle, I wouldn't be surprised if you see Tears of Devil come back with a Yogg unit. And what we haven't seen so far, let's see. Let's take a look and see here. Oh, I wanted to see the makeup here, right? So we haven't seen Angel from him yet. So let's see. We got Bone Dragon. We've got Behemoth, and we got the Vampire, Rock, and Earth Elementals. Right. What I want to do is I want to take a look at the units that they used. I don't think I saw Angel or Naga or Black Knight. Those three strong units in Tears of Devil's lineup so far. So it could be that Tears of Devil is saving the last, the strongest for last. That's potentially what could be the case. So I'm curious what is going to be the case here. So let's wait and see. And George Isaacson, you thinking that it's going to be Solmir? I'm thinking Devil's Stone is going to go. I'm thinking he's definitely going to go with a Solmir team with Storm Elemental, Fire Elemental, basically the elementals there. And what else did I not see? So like none of the. Can we see the live? Did we miss the live one? Like they didn't bring it to live, right? Yeah, so here you go. So this is going to be Solmir, but the third battle is actually Catherine. So Catherine with... Okay, so Monk and Storm Elemental with the Iron Crusaders. Huh. But you can see how much damage is already being dealt in just the very first couple seconds there. And so it looks like, for some reason, they didn't actually show him. It might have been because I was playing here, but... yeah, you can see here, so we got the Green Dragon and the Firebird. So even though... that's a surprise. So I wouldn't have thought that Catherine would have been the choice for the third battle. Solmir's totally balanced. Yeah, so I wouldn't have thought that Catherine would have been the selection. And so that was a little bit of a surprise. I actually thought that it would have been a potentially Yogg, just because it was kind of like you kind of could tell that by the third battle you didn't see Solmir, it was going to be the case, unless they had to select their heroes ahead of time. So like I don't know whether or not it's you select all three heroes once and then the battle just kind of go on, or you get to pick your heroes afterwards. I think it would make more sense for the heroes to be selected ahead of time. That's where otherwise there's too much information that you are giving like throughout the battles. I'm gonna go with Hit Machine. So this is going to be a very close one as well, but I think I'm going to give Hit Machine the edge. That's probably that's gonna be my guess here. All right, so let's make sure we don't do any... I want to make sure we're not watching anything live. I don't want to miss another live fight. Somehow I actually missed the very third battle there, we ended up watching it as completed. So let's go ahead and just kind of chill. Preparation phase, another minute and 23 seconds. So put in your support there, and it's very close, right? 935 to 1,000. 400 votes though for Hit Machine so far versus 233 for Dreams. And so MTM thinks that it's going to be close here, and let's see. Yeah, so anyone else, like, so we got Alpha Sage, Banner be ruthless, cold-hearted, Mur. It's kind of funny too to see the information kind of scroll by here. And let's put another one here. Let's have a good match. We'll just send some like cheesy, cheery words of support. Right? We want to be supportive here. So the second match is going to be Hit Machine versus Dreams, 17 more seconds for the preparation phase. So I think it makes a lot more sense for them to, MTM says, devour their face meats. And so I think this is going to be a case where they get all three of their heroes selected. And that makes sense that we don't see this, because then you're going to be giving away information. And this is very important that you don't give away that info. All right, let's see. So we get another voucher reward. What to do with those rewards after, we can talk about that as well. All right, so Dreams starts with Lord Heart, and Hit Machine starts with Catherine. So we do see the two chargers sort of in the third lane there. That's kind of expected. You would normally want to pair up your Death Knight with your vampires. And let's see. So, but he already, Dreams loses his ogre early and his monk. And that's gonna be big trouble, because we get Genie and Monk in the back here for the heal. And then we also lose the Black Knight. So actually, in this case, Lord Heart isn't able to use the Black Knights to get through. And so Hit Machine's got overwhelming advantage at this point, just based on the units alone. And there's still Naga that is kind of cutting down everything. But you can see how much health there is still for the Demon, and also the... Well, I guess that's on the Hit Machine side. Yeah, so you can see here, Dreams is left with the Azure Dragon that just fell, and now it's just the Dendroid Guard that's soon going to be taken down. And so overwhelming win here. Actually, surprisingly, Dreams wasn't able to take advantage of the Lord Heart team, because I think that the strategy here was to come out strong with a team that could, push through with the Black Knight and also Vampire combo, but it didn't actually happen there. So score goes 1-0 for Hit Machine so far. So Hit Machine takes the first battle. And now let's see what they're going to do for the second battle. Let's see who they pick. I would expect, given that Hit Machine picked Catherine first, he's probably going to have Solmir last. Like, both of these might have Solmir last. So let's see. You did not see that coming. MTN says, who took out Black Knight so fast? I think it was, I don't know. We're going to have to go back and watch the replay later. So it's actually going to be, Vidomina versus Vidomina, a total Necro team combination. But the difference is Hit Machine has Black Knight in here. And the difference here is Black Knight versus Orc, but the Orc is already pretty much dead because of the undead army that the Hit Machine cast. And so let's see, so Black Knight is, making good work of the team here. So Dreams already lost the Ogre and Walking Dead, as well as Bone Arrow. And you can just see here that, okay, so now Dreams was able to take out the Black Knight and the Walking Dead, but it's a little bit too late. We got the Behemoth and the Azure Dragon basically going to the Lich here, and that is going to be all she wrote. So Hit Machine with another victory here. Even though it's Vidomina versus Vidomina, I think the key here is there was a Behemoth and also the Black Knight, right? Black Knight versus Behemoth was a lot Like that's the difference in the unit composition here. And so Hit Machine is already 2-0, so he is gonna move on to our finals. That was a good match there, and so we're gonna wait for the third round here, and it's probably gonna be a Solmir versus Solmir showdown. So we saw the second one was Vidomina. I didn't actually quite expect that actually. I thought that I didn't think that was gonna be the same heroes, but I guess I wasn't really sure what they were gonna go with. So far, you know, the popular heroes we've seen are Catherine, right? Catherine, Lord Heart, and Solmir, right? These are the three, and we're guessing that it's going to be Solmir versus Solmir, but that's just my guess. So it is indeed Solmir versus Solmir, and so Dreams does have the Storm Elemental as well as Giant in the back, and Hit Machine also has the Storm Elementals but no Giant. But the difference here is you can just see how much health is being taken down here. Like, I wonder if it has to do with the spell difference or what. I wonder how it is that they were able to deal so much more damage here. Like, there's something I'm missing here in terms of, like, just look at how quickly the units fell. Just look at how quickly the units fell there. It has to do with. I'm curious to see about the units, the heroes stars, because I would imagine this is 4-star versus 4-star. But yeah, so we've got our, that was actually much, like, it wasn't as close as I thought it would have been. Yeah, so Storm Elemental cast Static on the lane, and that is the same for both teams. Both of them had, you know, Solmir, both of them had Storm Elemental. So that was the thing that I wasn't sure, like, why it made such a big difference. Like, I'm going to review their... Let's take a look at their, I want to see, you know, Dreams. I want to see I want to see the heroes here, right? So Tears of Devil. So Tears of Devil is actually going to have a third place match as well first. So we're actually going to be seeing Tears of Devil going up against Dreams, and then Devil's Stone is going to go up against Hit Machine afterwards. Yeah, so Hit Machine, really convincing win there. All right, so finals coming soon. It's going to start in very soon actually. Starts at 6:18 on Thursday. So it's going to start right about Devil's Stone versus Hit Machine. That's the first one. Final round 1. I thought that they would actually have Dreams versus Tears of Devil first. All right. In this case, so there's 5 minutes preparation phase. I think I'm gonna... vote for Hit Machine again. I think he's gonna win the whole thing. Felicia, does anyone know how often they're going to do these tournaments? I think it's going to be every 2 weeks. So it's basically a bi-weekly... it's a bi-weekly competition. So the qualifiers and everything like gets selected every 2 weeks. And during this time, so we've got a couple minutes. I want to take a look at... I want to take a look at Dreams. So let's take a look at Dreams' battle here. Because... All right, so you can see here, this is the main difference. This is the reason why Hit Machine has such an overwhelming win over Dreams, because Dreams Solmir is at 2-star, right? So 2-star Solmir has the static electric field that can stack, but at 4-star, Chain Lightning will deal additional damage to enemies units equal to 30% of their max HP. That was the main difference, right? So basically, at the beginning of the battle, Hit Machine was able to cast Chain Lightning right away, and if you take a look at the units here, they've got the Earth Elemental, and also the Giant in the back, and these are units that have high health. Look at how much health there is, and so if he casts it on the Giant, which has the highest health here, right, 1.1 million health, and if I were definitely casting it on the Giant would have been the way to go. I think definitely. Yeah, so no one else comes even close. So if Hit Machine were to cast were to cast the Chain Lightning on Giant, then the damage would have been 30% of 1.1 million, right? So it would have been like over 300,000 attack, and that would have taken out like the Afridi, for example, because it has even less health than that. And so I think that was the reason why you saw how quickly they were able to take it down. So we got 2 minutes remaining, and we can take a quick look again, right? So if we were to take a look at just that last battle, you can see just how quickly it happened. Did I watch the wrong one? I watched the wrong one. Let's go back here because we got 2 minutes, and I just want to see the very first couple of seconds, right? Like as soon as the battle starts. So let's go ahead and exit out, and let's take a look at this third battle here. I think if you see, let's pay attention to whether or not Hit Machine simply used the Chain Lightning on the Giant, right? So let's see when. So first thing is the Thunder. Okay, so here's Chain Lightning. Yeah, so he actually cast it on. He actually cast it on. I guess that's not a that's AI casting. So AI didn't actually select Giant. But if this were human controlled, I would bet you anything that you would simply cast the Chain Lightning against the Giant, and then that would have dealt a huge amount of damage over to the rest of the units there. So that is how powerful Soulmere really is. And it's really hard to beat a 4-star Soulmere if you don't have a 4-star to counter it either. And so that was the reason why it was such a overwhelmingly sort of like one-sided match there. But congratulations to Hit Machine for moving on to the finals here. And I guess in a minute we're gonna see the finals here, but I would have thought that the first thing you see actually is the semifinals match, or unless they're just kind of showing this, but actually what we're gonna see is the semifinals there. And so 4-star Soulmere is awesome. You've got him to 3 stars so far. That's awesome. Like I only have him at 2 stars, and he's already like super good. The difference between a 1-star and a 2-star Soulmere is also really big, just because at 2 stars you can actually have your static damage actually be boosted, whereas 1-star you don't get that sustained static damage, and that makes a big difference as well. So this is a super like almost overpowering hero, if you will. All right, now we're gonna be starting the battle here, so let's take a look and see who's gonna come out on top. And this is going to be Devilstone versus Hit Machine, and it's Lord Heart versus Catherine. It's the same starting lineup as the previous match. And so let's see how this works out from Devilstone. So here's the same thing, right? So Hit Machine's sort of initial setup here is with Genie and Monk for the heal, and that makes it really difficult for the chargers to push through. So we got Ogre in the middle here that basically blocked all of the damage there. Now Vampire's still alive from the life drain, but he's now down. And with that, there's essentially no front line except for the Walking Dead there. And so we got the Azure Dragon taking on the Iron Crusaders, actually doing a really good job there. Lich is still sending out skeletons there. And if it weren't for the monks, like this would be a very different match right now. But this is a lot closer than you imagine. Right? So the Azure Dragon here was able to take out both the Naga as well as the Ogre there, and is actually now on the way to take on the second Azure Dragon. So this is going to be Bone Dragon, Azure Dragon, and Skeletons. But with the Monk and also Genie healing, this is going to be anybody's game right now. Look at how close this is. It all comes down to whether or not they can take down this Azure Dragon. As soon as the Azure Dragon goes, then I think it's going to be Devilstone's win. But he's now lost the Walking Dead, and it's now just down to the Bone Dragon and a Azure Dragon that's almost dead. Okay, so now I think... Oh wow, okay, so Azure Dragon is down now, and it's the Bone Dragon versus Genies and one single Monk. I think it's going to be Devilstone. Devilstone might take it. It's going to come down to the spells. This is going to come down to the spells. Unfortunately, oh my gosh, this is super close. But I think... Oh my god, because of the spell from Catherine... Oh my gosh, that was super close. Devil's Stone comes back with the win. That was really, really good. That's a surprise. That was kind of a comeback win. That was super exciting, guys. So at the very end, Catherine's spell nearly took out the Bone Dragon, but he had just a sliver of health remaining. And Devil's Stone's Bone Dragon ended up being the MVP here, taking out the Azure Dragon, followed by Genie, and then Monk. Oh, that was such a intense battle there. It was anybody's game at that point, and it was just, that came down to just, the fact that I think it had to do with the hero spell as well. Like Catherine was able to deal a lot of damage there, but in the end, I think that he just needed to, like, the Bone Dragon was almost dead, and I don't know what else could have been done differently, but that was really, really close, and could not have foreseen that. This was pretty interesting. This is really good. This is a very exciting and very close matchup. I thought that it would have been closer between Hit Machine and Dreams, to be honest with you. But looking at this matchup here, Devil's Stone actually, taking that win makes it, anybody's game right now. So Hit Machine is already, down 1. But what's going on? They didn't actually show us the second match. So let's go and take a look at the match here. All right, so Felicia, if they do this every 2 weeks, we figure we'll be watching the tournament in about a month. Let's see about that. So I don't know what happened. They didn't show this live again. I was waiting for this, but we're gonna see here. Let's take a look at Devil's Stone versus Hit Machine and what happened here, right? So this is Phenomena versus. Also, Devil's Stone used Soulmere in the second battle here and actually lost with it, right? So is this also just as close? So we've got a Bone Dragon and the Behemoth in the middle, and we got Behemoth also in the bottom lane here. Both of them tanking a ton of damage, and the Azure Dragons are going up against not each other right there. It looks like it's the Bone Dragon versus the Azure Dragon, and then the other Azure Dragon from Hit Machine is basically taking on everything. So with that spell here, it's just coming down to... Yeah, so basically the Bone Dragon, a Behemoth, and the Azure Dragon, they're all against the Behemoth. And now that it's down, it's pretty much going to be game over there because they're not going to be able to withstand all that attack power. And oh, they're all the way back there, that's why. I was wondering why the skeletons went away, and then they vanished because the giant is in the back. Didn't see the giant there. So let's go ahead and exit here because I want to make sure that they're showing the match here. Like, what's going on? Like, we almost missed the entire match. All right, here's the final match between Devil's Stone and Matrix. Good thing we caught it, so we... Oh my gosh, they actually didn't show this live. So unfortunately, I couldn't show you this result live here. We're ending up watching the result that's already known. But let's take a look and see what happened here. All right, so we got Catherine versus Soulmere at the very last battle. That's kind of what we expected. And the second one was still close, but not nearly as close as before. And then you can just see here the third battle. It's just nowhere close here. 4-star Soulmere, super strong, and so it really, I think that makes sense that Devil's Stone used Soulmere in the second round because that was his best chance to win. So unfortunately, Devil's Stone ended up losing. Champion is Hit Machine, so congratulations to Hit Machine for being the champion here. The second and the third battles were a lot less close than the first one. That first battle was just super exciting, super close. Well done by well done still on Devil's Stone's part. And now let's take a look, and we've got the third place match going on, and I guess they finished it. They didn't actually show, right? Did they actually show what happened there? Like, they never actually gave the option to show. And Tears of Devil ended up winning the match here. So let's take a look and see, what happened here. So we got Devil's Stone with 1 win, 2 losses. So Hit Machine with a 2-1 victory for the championship. And Dreams and Tears of Devil. Tears of Devil actually came out with a third place finish here. So congratulations to everybody here. And the replay is going to be available, but they didn't actually stream it. They didn't actually stream it, but this is why I'm here. We're going to take a look and see the third place match and just kind of talk about the hero selections and also how it went. So Tears of Devil started with Solmir and then went with Rashka and Catherine, whereas Dreams went again with the Lord Heart, Vidomina, and the Solmir combination that we've seen. So that's the same setup that he went up against Hit Machine, and let's see how this actually turned out. This is a really good way for us to also kind of take a look and sort of see like what really works well with each other. And we can see like Black Knight and Vampire. That's the sort of the combination that you see often, combined together if you're using Lord Heart. But the thing is like they don't have enough damage to push through the middle here. And I think one of the big difference here is, because there's only 6 units, notice that they don't typically have a lot of attack units. They don't actually bring a lot of attack units. So what happens is you're left with chargers and basically casters or ranged units in the back. You don't actually see a lot of attackers in the end, right? So if you take a look at this, the only attacker that can bring it is the Bone Dragon, and there's just not enough support to break through the middle here. And if you take a look at what Dreams had, he doesn't really have any other DPS units besides the Black Knight, and also the Vampire there. And I think that's making a difference here in terms of like why Lord Heart isn't necessarily able to break through as easily. And now in the second match, this is going to be Rashka versus Vidomina here. And as you would expect, this is an all Infernal fight here, and all of these units are going to be taking additional fire damage. And so let's just see here. So like, with the Infernal Flame, I expect that Auric is going to die, and then most of the Lich is now going to be in trouble because of the Hellhound. And now it's going to be the Azure Dragons in the middle against each other with the support of Bone Dragon. So Bone Dragon is, pretty clutch because his ability will actually decrease the defense of your opponent. However, I think losing all the units in the back, losing Lich, and now losing White means that there is not a lot of support anymore, and it all comes down to just the Azure Dragon and the Bone Dragon. And since the Bone Dragon is dead, now it's basically Azure Dragon against the rest of the army, and so that's going to be really difficult to come back from. And with the spells and with additional fire damage, it's going to be difficult here, especially since there's also the Pit Fiend and also Demon to Pit Fiend to heal the Demon, and the Azure Dragon basically coming back to full health. And so this is going to be just a matter of time before the match is over. Although with Vidomina's skill to take down to spawn the skeletons, it can really wreak havoc in your backline as well if you're not prepared for it. If say here, like I would expect that the Fire Lord to go down here, but he's able to heal himself there. And so with Infernal Flame, there goes the second match, and Tears of Devil does take third place with that second win. And we're just going to finish this off with the final match here, Dreams versus Tear Devil, and this is where Solmir comes up against Catherine. Now this is multiple times now we've seen Solmir versus Catherine matchup, and you can just see that Catherine just doesn't quite stand up to Solmir in sort of a straight up match. You can just see how much damage Catherine's team already took before Blizzard's even cast it, and still couldn't take out the full team there. Finally, with the Earth Arrow, almost takes out the last Storm Elemental, but it's just kind of not enough at this point. And it comes down to just the Azure Dragons again in the end, but you can see with all the red units here, we've got support from the Storm Elemental and the Storm and also the Monk here, providing some support here, but it's we know already what the result is here. And so let's take a look here. So we've got the Azure Dragon, we got the and then there's the Wind Wall here, giving dodge to also the Iron Golem. Iron Golem actually has high resistance against the enemy's hero's spell, and so they're a really good candidate for a unit to go up against a spell heavy hero, and that's why you see him there. But there it is, Streams with the win. And so this is the conclusion of the match here. In the end, champion is what is this? Worship. What happens if you click on worship? Hey, look, if you click on worship, you also win you earn some vouchers. So don't forget to click on the worship there. And the next round is going to start in 10 days. So we'll be back after this to take a look and see what happens next, and see if we get the same people, if anybody else comes up to the challenge, and if we have any other any other contenders. So thanks to everybody for joining us. It was a really great battle. Congratulations to Hit Machine and also Devil's Stone and Tears of Devil for coming first, second, and third place. And this is the very first one of our Battle of the Gods. And looking forward to the next one. Take care, guys. See you next time.